Picture a young Guy Spier sitting nervously at a quiet San Francisco table in 2009, about to spend $650,100 on lunch with Warren Buffett. That's not a typo. The price, $500,000, and it wasn't the meal that changed him. What could one lunch buy you? Guy's entire investing mindset, reputation, and life. But here's the kicker. We're about to explore how a brash hedge fund hotshot became a thoughtful, value-driven investor, all because of that one remarkable day. Ready to see how it unfolded? Guy Spier didn't arrive at investing zen overnight. Early on, he played the Wall Street villain, impatient, ruthless, and chasing fast money. But that character was a mask that almost destroyed him. Guy started his career at UBS and later Galleon Capital, craving the lifestyle and swagger of Gordon Gekko. He was chasing quick wins, driven by ego and short-term tricks rather than solid fundamentals, ripping off clients without remorse. His recklessness peaked when his actions placed him on a crash course with ethical disaster, risking everything he'd built. Think of Wall Street like a spinning casino wheel with flashing lights enticing you to bet on every hand, loud, frenetic, and deceptive. Guy was caught in that dizzy haze, gambling on tips and hype, ignoring the value of patience and restraint. It's how many investors lose sight of the core principle: protect your capital before seeking gains. A moment of brutal clarity hit when Guy realized his reckless ways wouldn't get him long-term success or self-respect. Like waking from a hangover, he saw the cost of ego-driven investing. This self-assessment lit the path toward value investing, humility, and a desire to learn rather than simply conquer. Then came that unforgettable day, the legendary lunch with Warren Buffett. But it wasn't just a meeting, it was an invitation to rethink everything about investing and life. Guy wrote a check for $650,100 to join a fundraiser lunch with Buffett, a price most would cringe at. But at that table, he wasn't dazzled by Buffett's wealth. He was struck by his calm demeanor, humility, and razor-sharp mind. That single encounter became a benchmark for how Guy wanted to conduct business and life. Buffett's investing style is like gardening. You plant seeds, investments, water them with patience, and don't uproot them at every wind gust. Guy learned it's temperament, not brain power, that separates the best investors from the rest. This lesson contrasts sharply with his earlier gamble-at-all-costs approach. Buffett said something that stuck: the ultimate goal is to be true to yourself, not a carbon copy of some investing idol, but owning your style, values, and integrity. That transformed Guy from a desperate mimic into a thoughtful investor with his unique, value-driven voice. Armed with new wisdom, Guy dove into Ben Graham's classic and reworked his methods. This wasn't theory, it was a radical shift in how he thought about money, risk, and himself. Reading The Intelligent Investor was like unlocking a secret code. Ben Graham's concepts of intrinsic value, margin of safety, and long-term thinking rewired Guy's approach. It was a total contrast to chasing market fads, more about disciplined research and buying when others panic. Guy realized the right mentors don't just give answers, they challenge your weaknesses and force critical thinking. Monish Pabrai showed him how humility and zest for continuous learning push you ahead. He shed his Harvard/Oxford ego, learning that a prestigious education can sometimes get in your way if it blinds you to real-world wisdom. With these insights, Guy transformed the Aquamarine Fund, beating the S&P 500 by nearly 5% annually. But more than profits, he built a practice rooted in transparency, patience, and self-knowledge, proving personal integrity can coexist with stellar results. Remember Guy sitting at that expensive lunch with Buffett, feeling a mix of awe and doubt? That same Guy is now running a top-performing fund built on principles, patience, and authenticity. The takeaway: next time you're tempted to chase shortcuts or mimic the loudest voice, try this: slow down, study the fundamentals, and ask, am I being true to myself? That's worth any price. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.